Hello, I'm Dr. Jeffrey Fidel. In this video, I'd like to go over what is non-duality. And to do this, I'd also like to go over what is duality. Now, non-duality is a concept, and the concept cannot describe any reality. And to recognize that is to recognize what non-duality is. So, this moment that's going on right now, no matter what words I use to describe it, I could say it's this moment, I could say it's now, I could say it's presence, I could say the universe unfolding, whatever word I might use, that word cannot replicate the essence or the intrinsic existence of what it truly is. In other words, language itself is inadequate to properly describe or replicate what something truly is. And this can be very easily demonstrated because no matter what words, symbols, numbers, etc. we use, there is no reciprocity between those words, symbols, or numbers and the reality. No matter how many numbers we use to try and replicate this moment, we can't get it back with numbers. We could create a different reality or a virtual reality, which is in itself its own reality. However, reality itself is just itself, no matter what kind of reality it is. And so, this is non-duality. It is the understanding of the limitations of conceptualization of reality. And of course, even non-duality itself, the words that I'm trying to tell you what it is, that's just pointers to the experience of what it is. Because if we all just sit here for 5-10 seconds, which we could do right now, we will see that there is an intrinsic existence that requires no language to speak of it. In other words, the existence is just happening itself, independent of even needing to have an intellect. And that's why non-duality is always pointing to this present moment, that it is just the awareness of being, existing. Just like when we were children, before we acquired any language, we had, and we still have, that exact same intrinsic existence. And that is non-duality. The awareness of being in existence without having the intellect chop up existence into conceptual pieces. And that brings us to our next topic, which is duality. And duality is just that. It is the conceptual chopping up of reality into pieces. So if I name myself self, and I say, this is self, and this is an environment, you see how that creates a duality, or a separation, that only exists conceptually, because it's now saying that somehow this self is separate from this environment, or this person is separate from this universe. Of course, this is preposterous, because how can I be separate from this universe? Or how can anything or anyone be separate from a universe? It cannot be, because everything that makes us up was made in this universe, and it would be even physically impossible to extract ourselves out of this existence. And this is why the existence is the entirety of all, that there's only one woven fabric. But what this is can't be spoken, because of course, like I said before, that creates a duality. So even if I call this universe, even without the separation, or if I call this the oneness, again, it's encapsulating this moment into an idea. Or if I say that this is a self and that's an environment, again, it's chopping now things up into two. So the oneness is the encapsulation of all, also known as the universe or God or whatever anyone wants to call it. It is just the concept of the all-inclusive. Another word, but you see, the word can't encapsulate what it is. To further chop it up and create more dualities is to say that we are a separate self, or I am a self and that's a universe. Again, you can see the mental separations. If I want to chop up the environment even more, then I'll just continue to name things like nose, eyes, eyebrows, hairs, and molecules, electrons, quarks, protons, neutrinos. The list will go on, and we can use our minds to conceptually chop up reality into as many pieces as we come up with words. So in summary, non-duality is just the intrinsic existence itself prior to conceptualization. And if there is a conceptualization, it's the understanding that that very conceptualization is also a part of the reality, but cannot define reality. And so what is duality? Duality is when the concepts or thoughts create conceptual boundaries between things, whether it be ourselves and a universe, or whether it be different items within ourselves, such as nose, eyes, mouth, etc. It doesn't matter. These are conceptual boundaries that are being made, because clearly no one and nothing can be separate from this universe. That it would be physically impossible to extract anything or anyone from this present moment of time, and that is why presence itself, which can't be named, is the expression of all things and is the expression of the one life that all is a part of, that can never be known by anyone's mind, because anyone's mind is also a part of the very existence itself.